liberty does not work without human decency and common goodness. It does not. It does not work without an agreement on fundamental truths, on basic morality, on seeing human beings as valuable. It doesn't work without honesty, without faithfulness, without generosity and selflessness. It doesn't work without the age-old institutions that keep decency intact, like family, church, or any religious community.
I'm going to decide who I am, not you. You're not telling me who I am. Dude who wants to date me. I'm not going to be desperate for you, because I'm telling you, if you are, if you feel like you have to be in a relationship, if you're currently in a relationship where you're not treated, not just fairly, but with such respect that you literally feel like you're being carried, it's the wrong dude. Get rid of him. College educated dude, he's got a nice CEO job, the high is not the high anymore, and now he buys a 12-year-old for sex. Rewind, he got hooked in porn. Right? The degradation of the woman's body. Yes, boys are being targeted as sex trafficking victims. Why? Where you think it's hard to traffic you, it's not. You know how many girls on college campus will say, hey, listen, I was just asked to go work at a little booth in a mall, and they started giving me gifts because they found out that this girl needed some affirmation. 6 months later, it led to one guy sleeping with her, and like in the movie, he introduces her to a group, she's at a party, and gone. These Amber Alerts you see, do you know that 1% of missing children, 1% is reported? 1%. How often do you see an Amber Alert? 1%. Most of these are traffic victims. This is not Mexico City with their
83%. That is the year-over-year increases in arrests of MS-13 gang members. As a former prosecutor, you know I love that one. Put the bad boys away. All right, 80. That is the number of times that the stock market has hit a record high since election day.
Wow. What is that
22 to 1. That is the proportion of government regulations that have been repealed for every new one that has been added. Wow. 3.8%. That is this month's unemployment rate, the lowest it has been since 1969. Can you think about that? Nobody else has been able to make that happen for our country. The spirit of authentic feminism is not a victim mentality. Authentic feminism celebrates the uniqueness of women rather than insisting that we should behave and be treated exactly like men. I don't look like a man, do I? Thanks. We don't need the government to prop us up, and we don't appreciate our gender being used to divide our beautiful country. Creating a gender divide is the exact opposite of what a so-called equality movement should look like. We are creating a true equality movement that is not based on skin color. It is not based on gender. It is not based on dividing people in any way whatsoever. Instead, we are focused on empowering all individuals, including women, including minorities, to achieve anything their minds dream up and their grit and determination make possible. All we want is an equal playing field. That's it.
Assault rifles make up 3% of all gun deaths. That includes suicide. So murder by assault rifle makes up 1% of all gun deaths. So banning AR-15s and assault rifles doesn't solve the issue of gun deaths. So here's what's really interesting about guns. That even the partisan hack CDC, which is heavily skewed to the left, show that there are between 500,000 to 3 million defensive gun uses every single year. So the benefits of having the Second Amendment heavily outweigh the negatives. So during my fight for school safety, I really realized how fundamental the Second Amendment is to school safety. School safety. You cannot have a secure school without firearms, because the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. But here's what the left is doing. In addition to being illogical and pushing hurtful policies, they're too busy being hypocritical, okay? Our courtrooms are protected by guns, our airports are protected by guns, even our Democratic senators who are pushing for gun control are protected by guns. So it's quite hypocritical, even more so. Did you guys see a week ago when the March for Our Lives kids were throwing their temper tantrum on the Hill, doing a die-in? They were protected by guns, going to their van. It's hilarious. It's pretty sad, to be honest. I don't know if no one's catching on this. So, thank you. So we need to make sure that if our Democrat senators and our courtrooms and our airports are protected by guns, so should our youth. And the first thing that must be done in order to protect our youth is to be free of gun-free zones. We have to get rid of them from our schools. All a gun-free zone does is illuminate a target and entice a shooter to come in there and wreak havoc, because they know that once they're in there, there is no one who can stop them. Shooters love gun-free zones so much that 96% of all mass public shootings in 2015 were in gun-free zones.